Child, my second video of the day, and it ain't even 9 o'clock yet. Ain't that something? But I'm knocking out these reviews, child. While I got the time to do it, consistency. Like I always tell y'all, these Salt Wives, honey. This is season 4, episode 2, Vacation Crashers. So, Meredith and Lisa meet up to have another one-on-one, and they've been having these one-on-ones since season 2. But fine, we got to have another one for ish and giggle's sake. So they gave us one. So Lisa tells her about Jack wanting to do mission instead of going to school. Jack, little boy, carry your earth to school. Um, they miss each other and they both agree to forgive and forget and try to move on. Girl, we gonna see how that works out. We're gonna see how that works out. I still feel like Lisa's a snake. And she can't be trusted. I feel as though like how you feel about Whitney is the way that you need to go on ahead and continue to feel about Lisa. I feel as though Lisa will let you down. I do. I feel like Lisa is gonna let you down again, and then y'all are gonna be right back in the same spot all over again. But fine, Meredith. Okay, fine. Um, do what you do, friend. I'm not. I look. Hey, cool. Anywho, so Heather and Whitney, they pull a scene together where they meeting up down to one of the hot springs or whatever. So Heather brings up knowing Angie K since Mr. Carter's math class back in high school, way back in 1990, girl. All right. So back in 1990, I was 2 or just about to be 2. So you was a senior in high school when I was 2, about to be 2, or was already 2. Um, I mean, okay, Heather. They was alright then, but she not cool with her now because Heather feels a way about how Angie K jumps around the friend group. She feels like she came in being really buddy and cool with Lisa, and then she started to become real cool and buddy with Shawshank, and then things got colluded up and so on and so forth, and then Angie was the one who was spreading a rumor about how her and Shawshank possibly kitty clicked and scissor legged with each other, touch your heels, touch your toes. Um, you know, doing the bedroom Watusi, honey. Okay, with no man or no Diaga in sight. That's what Angie K ran around here doing last season. So that's really where Friends issue comes in. It ain't got nothing to do with whatever may or may not have happened in high school or even what's going on with the friend group. Heather's real issue with Angie K is the fact that Angie ran around out here with this rumor that her and Shawshank slept together. And friend, that's just what your issue with Angie K needs to be because that makes sense. Moving on. Heather brings up Jack's mission and how it could affect Lisa, considering that she's not Mormon like that, and it could be a conflict. Whitney feels as though Heather needs to mind her damn business. She's barking up the wrong tree, trying to come in between what this woman and this woman's son got going on. One, I agree with Whitney. I do. I don't feel as though Heather, you really need to get yourself involved in what's going on between them people household. However, I can't say that you told a lie because you didn't. I mean, if we're going to be honest about the situation, it is going to be a conflict. No tea, no shade, but it is going to be a conflict. If he goes to this mission and and if it's anything like Scientology, and I think it is, if he comes back from this mission with a deeper appreciation for Mormonism, he is going to start to look at Lisa like, well, how can you consider yourself a Mormon, but you do this? How can you consider yourself a Mormon, but you do this? How do you consider yourself a Mormon, but you say that? You know what I mean? And it could turn around and blow up in Lisa's face. It can, because he could get too deep involved in it, and then he may want to excommunicate from his parents because they're not living the Mormon lifestyle. That's why, Jack, I say, K your ass to school. Moving, moving on. Because all of this would be settled had you just went to Oregon State like everybody else. Or had you went to Baylor like everybody else. Or had you went to Nevada State like everybody else, or the University of Nevada like everybody else. or Utah. Y'all in Utah. The University of Utah, like everybody else. Or Utah State. I know they got it. Or hell, go apply for a HBCU around there to Utah. I'm sure it's one around there. Moving on. Set the Meredith at home. Down to one of they the child, they another Toya and Eugene. Every season we see them, they moving. No tea, no shade, Meredith, but you and Seth are giving Toya and Eugene type tea from Married to Medicine. Every year we see y'all is in a new damn place. I'm just saying. It's just y'all two. Miss Burkeisha is in school, so you ain't gotta worry about her like that, like that. And Chloe finna go off to college, so you ain't gotta worry about her like that, like that. Like y'all don't even need to like every season we see y'all in a new damn y'all on a new lily pad somewhere. Stay put. Anyway, they finna start a podcast to help other couples. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all just got y'all ish together in season 2. Why do people do that? People want to get their stuff together, then they want to turn around and write books like Simone and Cecil, round there to Married to Medicine, bringing them, using them again. Like, fine, I'll let y'all have it. Meredith wants to invite all of the ladies to come to the Trixie Motel, not hotel or Holiday Inn. The Trixie Motel. Trixie, I guess she's a winner of one of the drag races. Y'all know I'm gay, but I don't fool with RuPaul or her drag race, honey. Um, but and I said what I said. I don't fool with Ru or her drag race. I don't. But I'm assuming she was a winner or a contestant or a runner-up. I don't know, but she's into that world, honey. And she made it work for herself. She bought a real cute motel. It looks like a Barbie dream house, too much pink for me. But listen, it gave very much so she's an old drag queen from back in the day. Okay, that was the aesthetic that the Trixie Motel gives. And she's inviting everybody other than Angie K. Moving on. So Angie K is at home with her gay ass husband, honey. Angie K, you basically got up here and admitted to being this man's beard because, he wound up being successful and owning 10 hair salons in a cosmology school. Yes, I said cosmology. I know it's called cosmetology, but cosmology. All right. Okay, you saw potential in being that man's beard and you just decided to be that, but it works for y'all. It works for y'all. Well, up until you got on this show. Okay, because let me tell you something. Sean finna bring all of the twinks up out the yard, honey, and I really don't blame. Anyway, Angie K brings up the issues between her and Heather, but she didn't, because there is no there is an issue on Heather's side. Angie K seems to be completely ambivalent to what's going on and as to why Heather got an issue with her, but she seems to feel like maybe they can move on and try to get to know each other as adults versus from when they knew each other way back in the early 90s down to Mr. Carter's math class. Moving on. So Monica is at home with her mama Linda, and they're working on her Bria, I believe she called it Bria baby business. And I think that's when she sells like a lot of like blankets and receiving blankets and sheets and stuff like that for babies or whatever. She's going through a divorce, and she was raised Mormon at 5, but she struggled with how strict that it was. We gonna get to why Monica got extradited from the Mormon church house in a second. So she tells her mom about how excited she is about going on a girls trip to Palm Springs, but she's never been on a girls trip before, and she feels intimidated by the other ladies because they are ladies with means and they have money and they're defined by clothes and jewelry and purses and bags and houses and cars and so on and so forth. And she's still trying to get herself together. She don't live in no big fancy mansion like they do. She does, I mean, she has money, but she doesn't have what they have. And she talks about how, she went and spent thousands upon thousands of dollars on a Louis Vuitton bag, and she only did it so that she could feel accepted by them. Let me tell you something, Monica. One, I like you a lot, Monica, because I thought the way they had you coming up here, honey, I was worried for you. Okay, I thought they had you up here being Jen's Shawshank, I mean, mouthpiece, and running down on these ladies with all of the lies and or truths that she was telling you about whatever they had going on. But I like you, Monica. I do. What I like the most about you, Monica, is that you came up here and you was real. You didn't come up here trying to act like you got it like that because you don't. And that's what I can appreciate. That's what can connect me with you. Cause I ain't got it like that. You know what I'm saying? And I can dig the fact that you go through things like us regular normal people go through. All right. Don't feel silly. You know what I mean? I'm glad that you got people in your life that was like, girl, you ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to fake the funk for these hoes. Who are they? Half of them was well, we know one person was a liar about their whole damn lifestyle. They had to rob Peter to pay Paul in order to live in a chalet. You understand? Like you never know what people financial issues really are. So don't come up here thinking that you're beneath any of them because you're not. You're not beneath none of them damn ladies because all of them got ish going on. All of them. Ain't none of they ish clean. None of them. Moving on. So Monica opens up about not having her dad in her life, and according to her, her daddy was a sugarfoot that left the family to go and be with a man around there to Florida. Um, could that be the story that the mama came up with? Because let's not act like a lot of times when the man decides to leave the family, a lot of the times the mama will put extra stank on it to make it sound a lot more worse than what it actually was. Could be, but you know, something tells me that him and his gay lover moved to Boca Raton, but whatever. We gonna move on. So, so Whitney and Jason have dinner with Angie K and Sean. That scene was like watching paint dry. We don't know much about Angie K or Sean for them to even try to give Jason and Whitney. Well, first of all, you can't because you being a willing bid for this. Okay, you gonna mess around and end up like you, you and your daughter gonna mess around and end up just like Monica's mom, Linda, and and how Linda has left her to be with his gay ass Sugarfoot and how he moved to Boca Raton, Florida. See, that's gonna be your next story. That's why y'all can see. I'm gonna leave that alone because yeah, that ain't the only divorce I see up here. I don't. That ain't the only divorce I see. Nor is that the only coming out story I see up here on this thing. But we gonna let that be where it's at. Cause can he really come out if she's being the bid? That means she knows the tea. That may be why they only got one damn child around there. Cause she moving on. So Whitney telling Angie K about the girls trip. Angie K don't know nothing about the girls trip because Meredith did not invite her. Whitney decides to be messy and decides that she's going to go on ahead and make Angie K her plus one. Like, Whitney, this is my issue with you. Again, you and Meredith are not even at a good place like that, but she was still nice enough to go on ahead and invite you. So why would you then want to turn around and make even more issues between you and Meredith by inviting somebody on a trip that she don't want there? I mean, if you want to be cool with Angie K, be cool with Angie K. But and the only reason why I'm saying this, Whitney, is because you get up here and you try to act as if you really want to make things right with people, but then you turn around and you do snake shit like this. And then and Heather don't like her. And you know why Heather don't like her. Whatever. So speaking of, Heather and Monica meet up to shop before they go down to Palm Springs. So Heather tells Monica that she don't like Angie K, and Angie told lies on her and Shawshank. And she started the rumor that her and Shawshank was doing the bedroom Watusi without a dick, balls, or a man involved. Um, listen, listen, Heather, I get it, friend. I do. I get it. You ain't lesbian, and you ain't down with the whole lesbian on X, and you should be. And people shouldn't be making up lies, falsehoods, fairy tales, fallacies, and deceits just so that they could get up here on this show. So I do get you. I get it, friend. I do. Um, Monica tells Heather about her past and how she was raised Mormon at 5 years old. But the reason why she got axed off the island is because she did the bedroom Watusi with her brother-in-law. Um, and she was doing the bedroom Watusi with her brother-in-law for 8 months. Monica, you troller. He better have been worth it, Monica. Now, see, Monica, if he was worth it, as wrong as you is, I would have understood it. He better have been worth it. He better have been worth it, and that dick better been dicking. For 8 months, you screwed your husband's sister's husband. I think that's what you said. Your husband's sister's husband. I think that's who it was. And then you wonder why you got treated the way you did, Monica. You tried to make it seem as if, and don't get me wrong, the husband was just as wrong. But you already know how people feel about women and religion. Even though the man is the one with the dick in the balls, you should have known better. And because you laid up with that man, you are now a harlot, a Jezebel, and you can't be saved. I mean, well, Monica, was it good? I really want to know that. I need to get Monica around here. Monica, I'm gonna show up in your DMs, girl, because I really want to know if the dick was dicking. I really want to know, was it worth all this? Was it worth you losing your marriage for? Because that's why you going through a divorce. To let me tell it. Moving on. Um, so the everybody getting ready to go down to the Trixie Motel, not hotel, a Holiday Inn. Old tad ass Mary calling the motel asking if they serve Don Perignon 2023. Like, and I'm more than sure all of the Mary heads are gonna think that was so iconic and that was so hilarious and that made the show and that made don't know what it's gonna take for y'all to see and understand how tad this hoe is. Moving on. But it was good to see Robert Jr. though. Robert Jr. was the best part of that whole scene. Hey, Robert Jr., how can you deal with your mama? I want to know. Anyway, Lisa losing her ring down to the airport. She claimed it was a $60,000 ring that John bought her. Me and Mary both feel like it's BS, child. And I believe Mary. Mary is so superficial and so stuck on money and prestige. I believe Mary when she said, girl, bad, that ring ain't nobody 6,000 nothing. Now it may have been 6,000, but 60,000, she think not. And Lisa, nobody really cares about you losing your ring, girl. Nobody really cares. My thing is, if you got money like that, isn't it not insured? If it was insured, surely you could get another ring. Okay, you just lost out, sis. You lost out. Somebody came up on 60K. May to let Mary tell it. Moving on. The rest of the ladies have arrived down to the Trixie Motel. Unbeknownst to them, well, they know that Whitney is there, and they knew that Whitney was showed up early on an earlier flight. That made Meredith feel away, but now Meredith is really gonna feel away, and Heather for that matter. Once they walk up in there and see that the uninvited guest showed up, and we're gonna see how these people feel about you, Whitney. Because again, this is the snake things that you do, Whitney. Why you want to turn around and try to bring out other people and calling them snakes and calling them this and calling them that. This don't make nobody want to be no closer to want to work things out with you. But that's just my opinion. Whitney, do you? Anyway, that's it. That's all I got. Okay, I got more to give y'all. Y'all drop down in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about Monday night's episode of the Salt Wise. I know I'm late, child. But listen, now that the Whether You Like It or Not panels is on hiatus for 2 months, now this won't be late. Y'all can get these on a Monday night like y'all should, or Tuesday. When does the Salt Wise come out? I get it all figured out, and y'all gonna start getting it in time. And with that, I'm gone. Bye.
So tonight.